A group of Tren de Aragua gangbangers spelled out SOS at a Texas detention center.
I don't like clowns.
Madman.
You insult my queen. You threaten my people with slavery and death. Madness. This is Sparta!
Share. I'm trying to find the woman who called the little boy the N-word, the 5-year-old little boy, artistic boy. She needs to be found and locked up. So please tap in.
No, she doesn't.
Did you call him the child? Did you call the child the word? It is my own business. You call him a... Okay, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again? Okay. All right, what you say?
You don't go digging through people.
Somebody dig into your shit.
A little kid just did, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him a nigga?
Yeah.
The little child?
What if he acts like one, he's gonna...
Are you about to hit him? You chasing him?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child, 5-year-old, the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
That's
like.
what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
You know, that's a hate speech. And you can be recorded for that.
I don't give a
Huh.
Stop.
Okay, we'll see about that, what the internet has to say about you.
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go? Nope.
In unity, there's strength!
That their courage bonds us together. That we are made stronger by their actions.
Don't think you people understand what's going to happen to us. 50% tariffs on China. Do you know how much we get from China? I'm already broke. You. Oh, the economy's gonna get better. You.
The customer. The customer's king.
It's called leverage.
This week, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar told a reporter for the Daily Caller to F off. Seriously, Ilhan, do you kiss your brother with that mouth? A group of Tren de Aragua gangbangers spelled out SOS at a Texas detention center. President Trump responded by hiring a pilot to write this. A new HHS report says gender dysphoria should be treated with therapy, not surgery and hormones. The therapy? Well, when men say they think they're women, the shrink says, that's crazy. You have a penis.
Because I think it's sort of similar to when you're trying to understand a motive for homicide. Like, the whole point is it is indefensible. It is indefensible to choose these individuals over the victims, over the victims of abject violence. What I don't understand, to add to the conundrum, is how this is the party where words were violence,
yes.
right? Where a credible allegation against a now Supreme Court justice of, he drank too much, was all of a sudden the subject of bumper stickers and protests all throughout the country. And yet, we didn't have, the audio that we played today.
Yeah.
Before that, we already had the affidavit. We had the court filings. We had all the motions. We had all the evidence. So how much more is it going to take for someone like Van Hollen to say, you know what, I was wrong?
Right.
And I was wrong from the beginning. And yet he now has simply pivoted to say,
That's a great comparison to the Kavanaugh thing. They had nothing and they demonized him. We have everything and they're lionizing him.
Totally.
Yeah.
And by the way, my law school thesis was on the juvenile death penalty. So even at the age of an adult, I was right
Wait,
there.
were you a juvenile that wanted the death penalty or the death penalty for juveniles?
The death penalty for juveniles.
You and Todd should team up and run North Korea. We should have our own Fox Nation show, to Kennedy's point, and call it Natural Born Killers. There we go.
Well, it kind of makes sense. You could go even younger and just call yourself pro-choice. Wow. Head blown.
We've been talking about media lies, and who can forget the media's complicity in painting the violent BLM protests as mostly peaceful. Remember that image from CNN? People think it's AI these days. Mostly peaceful protests as towns burn down. Well, the activists of the FBI who took a knee in solidarity with BLM and neo-Marxist, anti-American, anti-police movement, they've been reassigned. CNN reports these reassignments are viewed as demotions by many inside the FBI and come nearly 5 years after the episode that ignited a great deal of controversy inside the Bureau. But Tia, I've got to say, I would have preferred sackings, but I think this is a good start. These actions by activists within the FBI, within the Justice Department, they have caused enormous damage. They've really undermined the public's trust in these institutions.
The idea of kneeling, you see, kneeling will be hard for me.
Betrayal of the American people as the media's complicity in covering up Joe Biden's cognitive decline. The fact that the media went along with this group, with these protests, with this mass destruction and mayhem across America as if it was some progressive movement, rather than a really quite a destructive anti-American movement that wasn't really interested in Black lives, Fatia.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. I was one of the people who was calling it a racial moral panic at the time and was, quite nearly canceled for it, almost, lost my job. And it was a very intense time because there was that feeling that the media was completely on the side of the activists. And I actually wrote a whole book about this called Bad News, How Woke Media is Undermining Democracy, about how basically the racial moral panic, all of this kind of far left woke ideology was a smokescreen for the ways in which the elites in the media and in politics and in tech and everything had become very wealthy at the expense of the working class.
I am not your queen.
Traitor! Traitor!
Jackie? Jackie? What did you do?
I'm
Uncle Angel is not doing his job. You have one job. Look behind you.
I'm just gonna scooch in right here if you don't mind. Shh. We've been trying to contact you regarding your car's extended warranty. It is a messed up world.